Welcome back to Click Academics. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to solve this exponential equation. So we have 2 to the power of x plus 2 to the power of 3x equals 10. And what we're going to do first is we're going to rewrite this equation. We're going to write this as 2 to the power of x plus 2 to the power of x to the power of 3. Because remember, when we have something like this is equal to x times 3. We multiply the exponents, so we're simply reversing that. And this equals 10. And now what we're going to do is, since we have 2 to the power of x's, we're going to set 2 to the power of x equal y, the variable y. So y equals 2 to the power x. So now what we're going to do is we're going to replace all the terms that have 2 to the power of x to y. So this rewrites to 2 to the power of x. That's y plus y to the power of 3 equals 10. Now we're going to subtract 10 on both sides. So we get, let me rewrite this in order of exponents. We have y to the power of 3 plus y minus 10 equals 0. So now we're actually, to factor this, we're going to rewrite this y as, write it right here, y third minus 4y plus 5y. We're going to rewrite the y as minus 4y plus 5y, and we still have the minus 10 here, and this equals 0. Now, from y to the power of 3 minus 4y, we're going to factor out y. So we get y times y squared minus 4. And from 5y minus 10, we're simply going to factor out 5. So we have plus 5 times y minus 10 divided by 5 is 2. And all this still equals 0. And now what we're going to do is we're going to change our y squared minus 4 into y plus 2 times y minus 2. So we have y times y plus 2 times y minus 2. We simply just factored this y squared minus 4. And we're going to add this with 5 times y minus 2. And all of this still equals 0. And now, as you can see, since both terms have y minus 2 in them, we're going to factor out y minus 2 here. So if we factor out y minus 2, we get y times y plus 2 plus 5. And all of this still equals 0. Sorry. And now we've created two equations. We have y minus 2 equals 0 and y times y plus 2 plus 5 equals 0. Now let's solve our first one here. This one is really simple. We simply add 2 on both sides to isolate y, and we get y is equal to 0 plus 2 is 2, so y is equal to 0 plus 2. And our next solution, well, let's first start by distributing our y here to y plus 2. So we get y squared plus 2y plus 5 equals 0. And now, as you see, we have a quadratic equation here, and we want to factor this, right? So we're going to use our quadratic formula, negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So b, remember, y squared is a, 2y is b, and 5 is c. So we have negative b, negative 2, plus or minus the square root of b squared, so 2 squared, 4, minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is 5. And we're going to divide this by 2 times a. Remember, a is 1, so we have 2 times 1, which is simply 2. Now, let me bring this over here. So now we have negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 4 minus 4 times 1 times 5. That's 4 minus 20, which is negative 16. And as you see, we can't take the square root of a negative. That's not possible. Meaning this is wrong and this equation is wrong. So our only solution is y equals 2. And why don't we plug? So this is our only solution. So now, as you can see, y equals 2 to the power of x, right? So because we already know that y equals 2, we have 2 equals 2 to the power of x. And what to the power of, or 2 to the power of what equals 2? 1, because anything to the power of 1 equals itself, meaning x equals 1. Now, why don't we check our solution in this equation? So if we plug in 1 for x, we get 2 to the power of 1 plus 2 to the power of 3 times 1 equals 10. 2 to the power of 1 is 2, plus 2 to the power of 3 times 1 is the same thing as 2 to the power of 3, which is 8. This equals 10, and 2 plus 8 does indeed equal 10. So 10 equals 10. And this is right. So our solution here, x equals 1, is right. Hey guys, welcome back to Click Academics. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to solve this exponential equation. So right here, we have our equation, 8 to the power of x equals 2 root 2. And our goal is to find the value of x. So if you guys already didn't know, whenever we're solving exponential equations, our main goal is to make our bases the same. This is usually the case for solving exponential equations. So right here, you can see that our bases are absolutely different. We have 8 as our base on this side, and we have 2 root 2 on our base on this side. And we want to try to find a way to make them the same. So let's first focus on this side of our equation. We have 2 times square root of 2. So why don't we simplify this a little bit? This can also be written as 2 times 2 to the power of 1/2. We're simply rewriting square root of 2 to 2 to the power of 1/2. And remember, this is true of any number. So let's say we have the number a. The square root of a would be a to the power of 1/2. So the square root of any number is simply that number to the power of 1/2. So knowing this, well, now that side is 2 times 2 to the power of 1/2. This side is still 8 to the power of x. Now 2 times 2 to the power of 1/2. How would we solve that? Well, let's say we have the variable a and b, right? And so let's say we have the variable a, and we have a to the power of x, and we're multiplying that with a to the power of y. Well, this is the same thing as a to the power of x plus y. So knowing that 2 times 2 to the power of 1/2, this is the same thing as 2 to the power of, well, 2, this is the same thing as 2 to the power of 1. So this is the same thing as 2 to the power of 1 plus 1/2. And this is equal to 8 to the power of x. Now, 1 plus 1/2, that's 3 over 2. So this is 2 to the power of 3 over 2. And this equals 8 to the power of x. And we actually can't simplify this side anymore. And our bases still aren't the same. So why don't we convert this 8 into a 2? Well, 8 is actually the same thing as 2 to the power of 3. So this is 2 to the power of 3 to the power of x equals 2 to the power of 3 over 2. Now, 2 to the power of 3 to the power of x, this is the same thing as 2 to the power of 3 times x. And 2 to the power of 3 times x can also be written as 2 to the power of 3x. This equals 2 to the power of 3 over 2. Now, because our bases are both the same, we could just set our exponents equal to each other, because if our bases are the same, then so are our exponents. So we could write our equation here, 3x equals 3 over 2. We simply set our exponents equal. And now we can multiply by 2 on both sides. So by doing that, we get 6x equals 3. And now we have to isolate x, so we're going to divide by 6 on both sides. And we get x equals 3 over 6, which is equal to 1/2. So x equals 1/2, and that is our answer.